can I get directions to the Olive Garden? No, but I can direct you to a real Italian restaurant. Yeah.
And then if you're trying to edit your blog, they would have the picture that looked just like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so at least you get it. Okay.
Yeah.
We actually connected on a reference.
Yes.
Which is incredible. That never happens.
Yeah, it's not even something we priorly discussed.
No.
Normally that has to be what happens.
Yeah, normally it has to be like, oh, we're going to talk about Hamilton a lot on the stream, so just like, be ready for that. But that was just a... Thank you, M, for an artistic choice. Neighbor and I are bonding.
Yeah. Art. Look at that art. It's like a painting in the corner. Anyway...
It just looks like a broken camera. So game 1 going to be SWG Geo versus Eidos.
All right. I'm not sure if we've seen this in recent history, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. So right there, one thing that I totally agree with is Mega Man doesn't have like a lot of extended combos, so those multi-back airs, those aren't super real unless you let him go for it. When you're playing a character with Ryu has moderately quick aerials and beefy ones at that, I will absolutely take that trade any day of the week.
There are so many good just words you can use to describe Ryu's aerials, and all of them are good.
Chunky.
Juicy.
Powerful.
Meaty.
I don't like using meaty because it has a different context in fighting game terminology.
Yeah, but I was
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's Ryu, that's why I like meaty as a descriptor.
Yeah, I've weaned it out of my vocabulary for Ryu, unless it's actually applicable. Like if he did a meaty back air, it's because he covered the ledge get up with it.
Yeah.
IMO.
Hey, so this is a very even game where Eidos can kill Gio at any second, but Gio's neutral control has been phenomenal.
Gio tried to cover the low drop down, which a lot of Ryus will do because they want to cover themselves with Shoryu on the way up because it's usually pretty safe, hard to challenge. But in that moment, Eidos was the next step ahead and went for the higher recovery.
So the thing about having a thrown metal blade as opposed to a direct metal blade is that the thrown metal blade does far more damage.
Oh yeah, the direct metal blade, it does like maybe 4 or 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
The thrown one does 10.
Yeah, because it's a 1 or 2 hits and they both do more percentage as opposed to 3 or 4 hits and both do 1.
Plus you'll be in less end lag afterwards, and Mega Man can actually combo out of it. He can go for the thrown metal blade into back air, reverse it rush back air, or depending on the angle, like sometimes he can go diagonal down with it and set up for a Shoryuken.
Yep. And that's why you see Mega Man's off stage let Gio go for that downwards metal blade into catch and let great back air right there to cover the focus.
Multi-hits, covers everything for him.
So I really love the way that he dropped that metal blade because it forced Eidos to keep approaching him. He wasn't allowed to retreat or else he'd get caught by that metal blade, eat a ton of damage, and get set up.
Back air to steal the metal blade from Gio. Wow. So those pellets don't have a lot of vitality to them. Ryu was able to nair straight through multiple. It slows him down a bit, though, and that might give Gio an opportunity to react and punish. But
I mean, they're generally pretty safe anyways. Oh, Gio going for the hard knuckle. All right. Going for the Shoryuken straight up, and I really like that he went for the small one rather than the big one.
And I like that Gio actually backed up afterwards because he understood there was very little lag afterwards, and the speed of Mega Man was not going to give him a punish.
Ooh!
That was...
Yeah, Eidos went for the DI mix-up by going the other way, but it actually made him miss Gio.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to cover Gio SDIing in.
Wow, Eidos just waiting it out, seeing what Gio's ledge habits might be.
Speaking of waiting it out, Gio was just waiting for those platforms to get there so he could run straight to center.
Wow.
I think that's one thing that Eidos has had trouble with in the past, is letting people just use the platforms to escape his pressure.
So interestingly, I've noticed that Gio really likes to throw the metal blade instead of throwing a crash bomber when he's recovering. I normally see Mega Man's use the Crash Bomber to cover rather than the Metal Blade, so I really like that. Well, Gio's Mega Man has been getting super clean lately, too. Back air's gonna do it.
He covered Eidos' jump right there. It looked like he caught him out of it.
And covered focus attack, too, if he tried to focus through that.
Yeah. It looks like Eidos is trying to jump up above because he just lost the last stock by dipping low.
Yeah. And Gio ready to cover it. That's the kind of conditioning that you'd expect from a guy like Gio, who is just... he's played this game since the start. He understands what kind of habits a player will pick up. Especially like the mid-level player like Eidos, who tends to be prone to getting punished pretty hard.
Right. And Gio just did a great job of not falling into the Ryu confirms. He did a really good job of holding his space so he didn't fall into those up tilts, down tilts, and when he did, he didn't get killed off of them. And then he did a really good job of finding his win condition.
Yeah. So game 2 is on Battlefield, and already we're seeing a dominance in neutral from Gio, and this is Eidos' counter pick, but you were talking about it earlier with Town and City, where Gio is waiting for those platforms to come back so that he could take control of the stage, and the reason for that being is that these projectiles are so much more potent when you can cover, you know, a good 50-60% of the stage rather than just, you know, 20-30.
Right, and the platforms here have given Gio a lot more field of movement, so he's not just stuck on one plane, he's got some other places to set up. That Z drop was disgusting.
Gio's so clean.
Okay, punching his way out of the corner is Ados. Doesn't do much with the center that he's taken.
All right. Covering with that flame blade. Actually gonna... Oh, no, he does have his metal blade. I thought he lost it.
He stuck it onto the wall and then came back up and grabbed it with his wall jump. It's kind of nuts. Wow. But Ados only needed one conversion to just about even things up.
We saw Gio pull out the Leaf Shield, which we've mentioned this before, but that's rather rare from him.
It looked like he... maybe it was a misinput, but he looked like he tried to cover focusing on the platform with it.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Magnet hands.
And but not only that, very smart by him to know that if he goes into the stage, he will get that extra momentum to slide him up it and get closer to the ledge.
Right.
Thought for sure he was dead. And both of these guys actually at kill percent here. Eidos, I mean, he's really just waiting for Gio to overcommit once, and that is something that, you know, since the beginning of this game, he has not done. And Eidos goes the wrong way.
That had to be a misinput. He wanted to reverse Shoryuken there, and instead he got Tatsu the other way.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate.
I mean, right there, Ados was holding on to that rage so he could set up for this early kill, and it could have turned around the entire game. But unfortunately for Ados, now he's in a big pickle.
Yeah, 45% already, but finding that raw Shoryu not going to kill.
Without the rage, he's not able to get it done.
If he had just waited for Gio to put a little bit more percent on him. Okay, regrabs the ledge. Gio going to go high and once again pull out the Leaf Shield, and that was a really great defensive option.
Clearly intentional. At that moment, he wanted to use it to cover himself on the way down. Ados wouldn't be able to cover the landing with focus.
Wow.
What a trade.
Wow, running in with the Tatsumaki Senpukaku.
Senpukaku.
Senpukaku. That was close.
It's a move. I just call it the Tatsu. Honestly, the other syllables.
That's a Xenoblade Chronicles X character. I don't know what you're talking about. Great recovery by Gio.
Wow, up air to back.
And once again, trying to focus through, and let's see what the recovery plan is there.
He's like, well, focus won't work. How about air dodge? And Gio said, I will wait.
Had it every single time.
Gio actually, in his mind, was singing along to the Mumford & Sons.
Go
saying,
on.
I will wait for you.
I will wait for you.
Yeah. I will wait. I will wait for you. That's the lyric.
Eidos, you know, going for that focus attack again. He might have been singing along to the Doobie Brothers. What a fool believes.
Dang.
Eidos, I love you. Please don't be mad at me.
Yikeroonies.
What, are you Zanzi now? Come on.
Is that a Zan thing? I've
feel
been
like
doing that
is.
way before Zan.
All right.
If he to be fair, I feel like Zan and I's vocabulary has just become one.
I feel like it was more the inflection, where you just go, oh, yikeroonies.
That's fair. I feel like I could see that. His inflections, they're very different from mine.
Once there's nothing happening, Zanzi's everything is very deadpan.
Yeah. That's me a lot. So we're going to be seeing more Gio, and by that, I mean we're not